The revenue stream created by the lottery, especially being completely voluntary, will certainly aid in solving the state budget crisis.
I know that a lot of the younger people, too, wanted the lottery for a while. It's one of those things that we've talked about for ages, Stephen, and it's been a long time that I was totally against it because I understood that, number one, foot traffic for the lottery was a lot different than casinos. And to compare casinos to lottery is I think, I don't know, like comparing casinos to investing in pork bellies. It's just not the same thing when you look at it. You're not going to have hotels come up. You're not going to have swimming pools. You're not going to have buffets. You're not going to have all of the other amenities that you have with the casinos. But now that we have casinos and the casinos are not threatened by a lottery, I think it's a different entity out there.
Right. Well, I still believe that, both the lottery and playing at a casino, they both involve games of chance.
Mm-hmm.
At first I did believe that perhaps the casino industry did see the lottery as competition. I looked at some numbers. I think at the height of, on the high end, back around 2009, 2008, the casino industry contributed around $600 million to the state, and it certainly helps out a lot. The casino industry does.
Well, you also have millions. You also have millions of people who come from as far away as other countries, up north. Some snowbirds who come down and spend a lot of time with us. In some cases, weeks or months, and they are contributors to the casino for vacation or for extended stay. So that's the indirect that doesn't count in that $300 or $400 million a year. $174 million in a single day to gift to Continental Tire, and the investments. You see those as entitlements, or do you see those as wasteful, or do you think we could get Continental Tire without the incentives that a state has to do?
I do believe that, bad fiscal policies such as that, although it may result in economic growth in a decade or two, once the facilities that Continental Tire brings, get brought up to speed, and once they onboard all 3,000 jobs or whatever the number was. I believe that certainly in the long run it may reap some economic benefits. However,
wait a minute. Wait. That doesn't make sense. You're a senior at Mississippi State. How do you get there without first doing it? In other words, Nissan, we have the same argument with Nissan. All of those have been paid off. Nissan is now paying taxes. Nissan is contributing, 7,000 people. The area is exploding as far as retail shops and jobs. In the entire area. Tupelo is going through the same thing. Continental Tire in 5 or 10 years are going to be the same thing. But how do you get there if a company says, I'm not going to come because another area is going to offer me better incentives? We just went through the same thing, or they did, as far as Amazon's concerned, in 2 different locations.
Right, absolutely. And, I spoke about, or I touched about this in my most recent piece. What I see the state legislature is doing is the equivalent of me taking an entire paycheck and depositing that into a retirement account without first paying the light bill. So I believe that, maybe that single day in the state legislature's history might not have attributed to us having rural bridges out over the state, but it certainly didn't help, especially not in the short game.
So, hang on, I'll hold you on for a second, because this is interesting from a younger mind, too, that I like to pick every once in a while. What you're saying is anytime a company says we want to come, but we have to have these incentives because North Carolina or Vermont or somebody else is offering us this, you say no, right?
I'm generally opposed to it.
Okay.
I'm generally opposed
to it. So you know what
you
you got? Have you ever driven